Hi! In all of the videos where I have toured my worlds, all of them almost, I've had comments on how to build these pergolas or gazebos depending on who you ask. I think they're called a pergola or pergola. It's these wooden enclosures around these gardens, so you can build gardens that looks like this and have a not much nicer vibe to it. In this video I'm going to show you a step-by-step tutorial on how I built these and everything you need in order to build these. Actually, I've already prepared my inventory and now we need a new flat area. There's almost, let's just see here, there's almost no more room in my actual village. But I think, yeah, I will just be building them outside my village. You can also use these pergolas or pergolas or gazebo, depending on who you ask, to like have over a campfire, just like I have right here. It gives off like a nice cozy vibe, and I'm using it more and more in my builds. Let me just put down one in a seemingly flat area. I think on the other side of this build right here, I could actually put down one right here if I wanted one. Yeah, I think I will be building one right here to make a nice vibe. I'm using only 3 parts for this one. So the first thing you're going to be needing is this called the beam pillar. This is all what I'm using all the time, and I'm thinking I will be doing this right here. And then I can turn this around and just closing this in. Turn this around again and closing this in. And turn this around again and closing this in. This is the most simple one that we're building right now. These that can fit on top of a campfire. And now you have to build these wooden roofs up here. This will not fit. It's so easier to build a stairs up first. Let me just do that, because this will not be fitting. We don't have any piece. We have one of the longer ones. It should be right here, and then we need some at the we cannot do that. We can do this one right here, because these long ones will fit all over. So we take up some smaller ones. I think if we do this one and do it here, we can do an even smaller one here and do it here. Now you have the frame of it. In this particular version, I have it so that it fits with these long over here, and I can just do it like this and nudge it over, and now I have a pergola that will fit a campfire like this. This is a simple one. I'd like to make a show you also how to do it with the garden version as well. I'll see if you have enough wood. I do. So I need a somewhat flat area down here, because I have been asked how to do the garden ones. Those are the ones that people want to know. I'd like to put my garden on top of one of these. So let me, if I put down these 4 here, and now you can see I actually have sloped ground here, but that doesn't matter much. You can use the nudge and the snap tool to make it fit. So what I'm going to do is, I think I would like to take this point up here to have as my point. See what I've done on the other one, you can always put these underneath depending on how tall you want them. There is an issue with not having it tall enough, because if it's not tall enough, it gets quite cramped underneath. But I will just do this at the beginning, because on my pergola, on the other gardens over here, I had a border all the way around it, and you can do it like this, and then we need another one like this and like this. Let me just get some food into Monks before he starts starving all the way. the reason why I'm putting down these first is because I'd like to choose the highest point. Now this is quite an obstacle here with this, but I am willing to bet that this is the actual highest point here, and then I can nudge this over, but this won't fit because there is different heights up here. So what I'm doing when I have different heights, you always build from up and then down. So I'm going to build the border here first, and this is going to be one tile wider than the border underneath, and I think this will fit if I remember well, and then I can put this underneath here, and then it fits perfectly. Now what you see here is on purpose, because now I can nudge these pillars underneath. This is what I did on the other one. I'd like to have the tallest one to sit and be my starting point here. So because this side has already a piece from end to end here, I need to retract one of this. So I have two 12 pieces and one 8 piece. And this will add up when I put this in, because then I will have one free here, and then I can do it just exactly like I did before with one of the I need to do it from the top here. So the long sides, I have one of these 16 piece floor and one of the 12 piece and one of the 8 piece here, which makes it so that this over here will be one of the 12 piece and another one of the 12 piece and a 8 piece here, and this makes so that I can fit this underneath, and then I can put my pillars underneath here. This, I guess, is what people are asking for. Well, how can I do this in sloped terrain? What I did was then I put in like a stair kind of thing here, like this, and now all the way around these long ones will fit. I need to do it exact same height. Oh, the chickens. Like this and like this. And this can be very hard to do on this last one, but I can snap it into this one and see there won't be much on that side. Let me check the last side over here. I can snap it into this one and then move it over here, and there will be one of the, but then at the tallest side here I can do a stair more like this and like this, and I might want to do one over here as well, like this and like this. And now I can put down the garden plots, and now we actually have the gazebo. See, in the middle here we do it with two 12s, so we twist it like this. We have two 12 and one 8, and that will fit because that's the same thing as the sides. You can decide how much space you want in between of these. I actually sometimes think that two gaps is much prettier than this, but you get the idea. You can just fill this out, and then you have a gazebo or a pergola, depending on who you ask, you can put in one of the gardens. On my pergolas over here, you can see that I used some of the some other type of roof here. You can like twist it and turn it and use other types of that's not roof. You can use other types of floors for the pergola tops, but you can see it's the same thing I did. This one is much longer, and this one has a larger stair because it sits taller, and this one over here is just exactly the one we just built over at that end. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this kind of video, please leave me a comment saying you like how-to videos. Otherwise, I hope to see you in the future in a future video. Thank you. Bye.